Hey everybody, welcome to Unit 3/4 Chemistry. This will be your last year of chemistry in high school. Okay, well, before we start the whole course, I would like to share with you some of the learnings from past experience from past students to help you to better navigate this very exciting and intense year. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is to download the study design and actually read Unit 3/4, especially on the key knowledge points. Okay, this is a PDF document found very easily with a simple Google search. Okay, if you type in VCE Chemistry Study Design in Google, the first thing that pops out will be the study design. And check the date, it should be lasting you to 2021, which is this year. Okay, well, why do I want you to do that? Isn't this document prepared for teachers? Actually not, because a lot of Year 12s found like the most nerve-wracking question of all time is, what is going to be on the test? Or do I need to know this? Do I need to know that for the exam, for the SAC? Well, and that really drives you crazy because you probably all at the same time have like 3 to 4 at least other subjects to deal with, okay? So the points in the study design are what you need to know, period, okay? So you shouldn't be studying based on your SACs or based on your textbook. And chemistry study design, including Unit 1, 2, there are a lot of content. However, our aim is to get the best results in the end of year exam. And what will be tested in the end of year exam? The points written in the study design. Okay, your SACs might have some airy-fairy questions. Your textbook might introduce irrelevant information to that particular topic in terms of exams. But to save you a lot of energy in year 12, I want you to know what is on the study design. It saves you energy rather than wasting your time. Okay, go ahead and do that now. The second thing I want to say is that Year 11 skills are very important in chemistry, okay? So if you didn't do well in Year 11, there's no shame in catching up now, okay? There is a reason that for chemistry, you have to do Unit 1, 2 before you do Unit 3, 4. You can't just skip Unit 1, 2, okay? There are a large number of topics that are imperative for you to have a concrete knowledge before you head into Year 12. However, there is no shame in acknowledging that you need some catch-up. Go ahead and spend more time doing that. So some of those key contents and skills that you want to be ready before you step into Year 12 includes, but not limited to, okay, writing chemical formula and balancing chemical equations. This is the basic literacy. If you can't do that, you will struggle a lot with chemistry, whatever you do, okay? Solubility in terms of principle, but not so much as memorizing which ones are soluble. Actually, in Year 12, in the exams, they're normally very nice. They will tell you something is soluble, something is insoluble, unless it's a very obvious one. For example, barium sulfate. It's not soluble. Everybody should know that, okay? And mole calculations, specifically using these two formulas, okay? One is converting between mole and mass. The other one is used in the content of concentration calculation. You need to be using these two very adeptly. If you find yourself need to go to your data book and check up on these formulas, man, you need to do more practice. Okay, these two formulas, you shouldn't be referring to a data book. It should be in your mind, deeply carved into it. Then stoichiometry calculations, which is basically molar ratios and including limiting and excess reagents if your teacher has taught you this year. Okay, in Year 11, I think. And calculating empirical and molecular formula, which is linked to mole calculations, right? There are also several important topics from Year 11 that you actually want to have a memory of. Organic chemistry, all of it. But if you forgot all of it, it's okay. Let's catch up, okay? So in Unit 4 chemistry, there are a lot of parts in terms of organic nomenclature is repeating year 11 content. So if you're good, you're already ahead. But if you're not good at it, catch up. Okay. Intermolecular forces, it's such a small thing and it's so not mathematically related. It's just literally you need to write down explanations. But students often lose marks for no obvious reasons. Okay, we'll train a lot in terms of using intermolecular forces to explain properties of substances. Okay. Specific heat capacity, it's a small thing in Unit 2 when we talk about water, but very soon in areas of study 1 of Unit 3, we'll be talking about specific heat capacity, and later on in Unit 4, we'll do that again, okay, in terms of heat transfer. Okay. Acids and base, I just want you to know what are acids and what are bases. Okay, in terms of using Bronsted-Lowry theory, okay, anything that regarding that hydrogen, okay, you need to be able to distinguish something is acting as an acid, something is acting as a base. Okay. Titration is a big one. Okay, they never let you off that topic. Okay, we will also go through that in year 12 as well. But if you already have a good foundation, bravo. Okay. Redox, galvanic cell, huge, right? Okay. So the third advice I would like you to go through, to actually keep in mind is that in year 12, do not go too far ahead in the curriculum. So the best kind of service that we could offer you, and the best service that you can do to yourself, is to actually just stay a little bit ahead of the rest of the class, because you don't want to be studying something like far too ahead. Let's say if you're one chapter ahead, when your teacher arrives at that chapter, you have to study all over again. I'm only talking about this in terms of saving energy, okay? Stay one subtopic ahead is great. The best momentum is that one night ago or 2 nights before your chemistry class, okay, before the teacher is going to introduce the concept, you have reviewed the concept. So you study like one concept ahead. So when you're in your class, it's not the first time you have heard about that thing. So you will feel very at ease and trying to learn about that particular concept a lot better. Okay? Don't go too far ahead in the curriculum. Number 4, do what you are supposed to for that particular class. And that is an advice for your every year 12 subject. Okay? So you really shouldn't be bringing chemistry work into a math class and then bring math work into an English class, or studying for chemistry sec in English class, okay? Or studying for an English oral in chemistry class, okay? You get the point, right? Okay, so the best way to utilize your time is actually focus on what you are supposed to be doing when you are in school, okay? And another thing, I have to be honest with you, okay? The worst practice is that you think that since I go to tutor, I don't need to do anything at school, okay? Us tutoring you is like dietary supplements. We give you what you are insufficient in, what you need extra support in. However, if you skip meals and only take those pills, you will become very, very insufficient in everything. You do not want that, okay? Then be kind, it's a tough year, and be generous to your peers. And what you should be doing is identify 1 or 2 individuals that you really get along with and study with them. Having that positive peer pressure is the best motivation in year 12. Actually, your emotional well-being is so important in year 12. Students don't do well when they don't have a good mental state, okay? So another thing is that when you are generous and kind to your peers, it's like you're the pond with fresh water flowing in. You exchange ideas and all, okay? You know that when a pond doesn't have fresh input of water, it becomes dead. You know, all the living creatures in that pond would die, Okay, so in year 12, keep yourself open. Open yourself up to someone else, okay? To your peers, to your study partners. Talk about your feelings, talk about your study, okay? Keep it open, and that will get you through this tough year. Then the last one, know what information you have in the data booklet. Okay. First of all, no, you do not get a cheat sheet in chemistry, but you do get a whole lot of chunk of information in the data booklet. It's a big booklet. Okay? A lot of the questions in SACs and the exam require you to understand what you are meant to refer to this document. Okay? When you sit down to your first SAC, it wouldn't be this weird, unfamiliar document. You should understand what is in there and what types of questions you will probably be asked to refer to that particular information. Okay? So download it now, keep it with you in class at all times, annotate it, use and abuse it. Okay? Let it be that comforting, familiar, constant, rather than a weird, intimidating mass of data. Okay? Your data book is your best friend in exam, in your SACs, in any of these tests that you're going into. Okay? In the end, be consistent. Okay? Year 12 is not a sprint. You are here for a relatively long period of time, and make it a good time. It will pass before you know it. However, it requires you to be consistent. A lot of students start year 12 with huge resolution. It's like a New Year resolution. But the winners are the ones who actually keep to it. If you keep to it, it will be your best year in life. One of your best years in life, right?